All right, that's enough of that. It is the Sports Talk with Desmond Whitt, Episode 2. It is Tuesday, November 6, 2018. Let's get right into it. Some sports news. Ben Askren, his first fight is announced for the UFC. He will be fighting Robbie Lawler, January 26 in Anaheim, UFC 233. What else we got? Des Bryant is apparently working out for the Saints this week, and if he does well, they'll probably sign him. That could be interesting, him and Drew Brees. Who knows? Also, the Cavaliers have agreed to a 1 year, well, basically for the rest of the season, a deal with Larry Drew because they fired their head coach, Tyronn Lue, after an 0-6 start this season. 98-94. We got the Magic beating the Cavs 102-100. And you have another close game, but not too close. OKC beat the Pelicans 122-116. But something interesting about that game, Russell Westbrook left with an ankle injury, so keep an eye out for that. Can't forget about Floyd Mayweather's coming back December 31st. He's going to be fighting, I don't know if I could say this name right, Tenshin Nazukawa, Rizin Fighting. So, and it's in Tokyo. So that'll be interesting. See how Floyd is. After his last fight, it was with McGregor, and he won in the 10th round. Let me get into the NBA news now. We got the Bulls-Knicks, who went into double OT, and the Bulls won 116-115. Zach LaVine had 41 points and 4 assists. On the Knicks, Enes Kanter had 23 points and 24 rebounds. Next. The next game is Heat-Pistons. The Heat won that game 120-115 in overtime. But the Pistons' star players showed a good stat line, Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. Andre Drummond had 25 points, 24 rebounds, and Blake Griffin had 24 points and 15 rebounds. So a good game by both of them. Both these, it was kind of a calm day for both these future Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers had 2 TDs and 240 pass yards, and Tom Brady had 1 TD and 290 pass yards. But Patriots are now 7-2, only behind in the AFC to the Chiefs, who are 8-1, but the Patriots did beat the Chiefs. We got NFL games. Next, we got NFL scores. My game to watch this week was the Rams versus Saints, and I chose the Saints to win it, and they did. They beat the Rams, who were undefeated at the time, 8-0, 45-35. Good stat lines for many players on both teams. But let me start with Jared Goff had 391 passing yards and 3 TDs. And Brandon Cooks had 114 receiving yards and 1 TD. Drew Brees had 346 passing yards and 4 TDs. And then Michael Thomas had 12 catches, 211 yards, and 1 TD. So, crazy game, high scoring. Saints, their defense may be skeptical. You might be worried about that. But moving on, what do we have next? UFC 230. And right now I'm going to speak about what happens in between show clips or after I speak show clips. So first, heavyweight championship fight. And then some other games. We got Packers and Patriots. It should have been a better game, but it wasn't. Another fumble was costly. The Patriots won that game 31-17. Interesting fact about that game, Josh Gordon's starting to really show what he can do on the Patriots right now. He had 5 catches and over 100 yards, and he had a TD in that game. So that's something to keep an eye out for, especially later in the season and getting into playoff time. A couple blowouts this weekend, too. No one should be surprised about. The Bears beat the Bills 41-9, and the 49ers beat the Raiders 34-3. And interesting about that, quarterback Nick Mullins in his debut game, 262 pass yards and 3 TDs. Pretty good game. I want to take a few seconds to show their appreciation for all the great games and fights that happen every week and weekend that myself and all the other sports fans enjoy. Round of applause. There we go. I love sports, the competition, the training, the practice, everything that goes into it. It's just great. Trash talking is some new element. Not really. Muhammad Ali's been doing it, but ever since Chael Sonnen and Conor McGregor in the UFC, that's when I feel like trash talking is something crazy. I like the fashion now, too. People are really stepping up their suits. There's some people that are outrageous, but I think they're just doing it because, Why not wear something crazy when everyone else is doing the same nice button-up suit or shirt and jeans like that? Why not wear something wild that crazy colors or doesn't make any sense? Like Russell Westbrook and like Harden and Cam Newton do. That's cool. Well, it's like unique, so that's why it's so cool. Like you're doing something like you're not following with the trends. You're doing what you want to do. So yeah, the Tennessee Titans beat the Cowboys 28-14 last night on Monday Night Football. The Cowboys are now 3-5 and are third in the NFC East behind the Eagles at 4-4 and the Redskins at 5-3. And last in that division is the New York Giants, who only have one win. But for that loss, we have something for those Dallas Cowboys. Better luck next time. All right, moving on. Now for some NHL scores. The Bruins beat the Dallas Stars 2-1. The Canadiens beat the Islanders in a shootout 4-3. The New Jersey Devils beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-1. The Oilers lost to the Capitals 2-4. And the Flyers beat the Coyotes 5-2. So that's NHL. Pretty pumped for the next card too. UFC 231 in the beginning of December. It'll be Brian Ortega versus the featherweight champion Max Holloway. And then you have, at the end of that month, UFC 232. You have John Jones coming back, and he'll fight Alexander Gustafsson for the vacant light heavyweight championship. Then also on that card, another mega fight, Chris Cyborg going against the 135 champion, Amanda Nunes. So Daniel Cormier won against Derek Lewis in the second round, beating him by rear naked choke and retaining his UFC heavyweight title. Ooh. Next you have Jacare Souza, who TKO'd Chris Weidman in the third round. And then you have Israel Adesanya, who TKO'd Derek Brunson in the first round. Pretty good night of fights. Some other news, fantasy football, I lost again. Now I am 2-7. My season's probably over. No chance at playoffs. Kind of sucks. I won't win the trophy, but I'm still going to do all I can now to win that last place trophy. So that should be all right. Le'Veon Bell's killing me with that contract dispute. Man, he wants that money. But it's all good. In the other league I'm in, I'm 5-4, and I'm second in that division, so I could make the playoffs in that. So I'm optimistic there's a silver lining right there. Man, I can't believe the Patriots won. I cannot see them in the Super Bowl again. Please, Chiefs or like Chargers, make it, beat them. And then for the NFC Eagles, please do it again. If not, that'd be cool seeing the Rams in there or Saints. Not the Vikings, though. One more time, because the Cowboys lost yesterday on Monday Night Football 28-14. Dak Prescott was sacked 5 times. I was like, it makes a lot of sense since they're the most paid and they're usually the star player, the leader, so why not give them more protection? The game's not as fun. Like, if you went to a Lakers game and LeBron was hurt, then, like, you would be so bummed out going to that Lakers game. You'd be like, what? I came here to see LeBron. He's hurt. It's like the same thing with the NFL. If Aaron Rodgers is hurt, or you really want to go see a Packers game, if Tom Brady's hurt, you're really going to watch the Patriots play? I don't know. You probably still watch because you're a fan, but it's just like, man, I'm not really trying to go to a game. My spotlight talk of the week right now is going to be about NFL safety. Quarterbacks mostly, because we know about the concussions and all that, but now we know, like, roughing the passer hits you can't fall on the quarterback or it's a flag. And I was thinking about it. I was like, that makes sense, though, I guess. Like, they're trying to protect the quarterback, who is usually the most highly paid player and the best player, the leader on the team, usually. And so it makes sense to protect him, because if they don't, then the season's over for those teams, and there goes viewers, and there goes money. And so they're trying to protect the best player to keep probably things like better for the fans to watch, better for the players, more money, all that stuff. Because I was thinking about it, I was going down the list, and like almost all these teams, probably 25 out of 32 teams, their best player or their most notable player is the quarterback. And if it isn't, they're number 2. So I'm going to go down the list pretty quickly, and I'll just name who I think is the top player on this team, and I'll be like, is that a quarterback? Yes. Cardinals, it's not a quarterback. It's Larry Fitzgerald, the wide receiver. But for the Falcons, it's definitely Matt Ryan. You could say it's Julio Jones at a close second. The Ravens, it's obviously Joe Flacco, quarterback. Bills, I'd probably say it's LaShawn McCoy, but you could also say the rookie Josh Allen, because I'm not going to lie to you, when I would go to Bills training camp and the preseason games, I saw a ton of Josh Allen jerseys, so you know he's got support. I'm not saying he's the face yet. It's probably McCoy, the veteran, their established player, Pro Bowler, all that stuff. Next, the Panthers, it's obviously Cam Newton. The Bears, it's Khalil Mack, but they still talk about Trubisky a lot. If Khalil Mack wasn't traded there, the face would be Trubisky right now. The Bengals, it's obviously Andy Dalton. You could say it's A.J. Green. The Browns, it's Baker Mayfield for sure. Could be Myles Garrett, who was picked first pick last year and is a defensive end, but I'd probably say it's Baker Mayfield at this point. The Cowboys, it's Dak Prescott, but it also is Ezekiel Elliott, so it's like a tie for both those guys. The Broncos, I'd say it's Von Miller. It's not Case Keenum, who's the quarterback, but it is Von Miller, their defensive end / linebacker, or maybe he's a linebacker. Can't remember for sure. Then next you got the Lions. It's obviously Matthew Stafford is the star player. He's the quarterback. The Packers, it's Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback. Texans, it's J.J. Watt. But it could also be Deshaun Watson or DeAndre Hopkins too. So for the Colts, it's obviously the quarterback Andrew Luck. Jaguars, it's probably Blake Bortles. You could say it's one of their defensive players like Jalen Ramsey or Calais Campbell, but I'd say it's Blake Bortles. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback. Could say it's Travis Kelce or Kareem Hunt, but I'd say it's Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback. Then you got the Chargers. It's Phillip Rivers, the quarterback for sure. Rams, probably Todd Gurley, but you could also say it's Jared Goff. The Dolphins, it's Ryan Tannehill, the quarterback for sure. Vikings, I'd say it's Kirk Cousins, the quarterback, but his receivers and everyone on that team is a good supporter too. Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, he's got weapons. Patriots, it's obviously Tom Brady, the quarterback. The Saints, it's obviously Drew Brees. The Giants, it's not Eli Manning. It's Saquon Barkley or Odell Beckham Jr. The Jets, I guess Sam Darnold, because I can't really name anyone else that I like. Isaiah Crowell, like I'd probably say it's Sam Darnold, the QB, the rookie. Like they're putting time and money into him. You got to say it's him at this point. Raiders, I'd say it's Derek Carr, the quarterback. Basically at default because they trade everyone away like Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper. And then also the face is the coach, John Gruden, at this point because they're having a terrible start. And, yeah, no one expected that. The Eagles, it's the quarterback, Carson Wentz for sure. Steelers, it's Ben Roethlisberger. But Antonio Brown's up there. So I just found that interesting that the player safety is like, it's each year, obviously it should be a concern. To end this episode of the Sports Talk with Desmond Whitt, episode 2, I'd like to show you a clip from the 2000 NBA dunk contest from Vince Carter, my favorite player of all time, and the reason why 15 has been my favorite number since I was a little kid in 3rd grade. All right. But anyways, this is Sports Talk with Desmond Whitt. Thanks for watching. Enjoy this clip. Peace.